Now, I'm going to start with banking facilities. Now, we know that banking facilities are a really critical area with the SRA because there's been guidance coming out for years now on this. And actually, one of the main bits of guidance the SRA released when the 2019 accounts rules came out was around banking facilities. And the SRA refers directly to banking facilities in the 2019 rules, which, given how short they are, really highlights this is a critical issue for them. Now, the SRA's position is pretty clear. If there's no underlying or ongoing legal matter to justify holding on to client money, then firms shouldn't be doing it. Now, the difficulty for a lot of firms comes from the interpretation of what constitutes an ongoing legal matter. And the really classic areas where firms have been getting it wrong and are still getting it wrong is where firms hold on to rent deposits for clients. Now, with residential or private rent deposits, it's really easy. Firms shouldn't be holding on to them. There are government-backed schemes that will hold on to these, so there's no justification for the firms to be doing it themselves. I've talked through the common breaches. I've talked about those issues that we've seen arising most often over the past audit season, and in particular those issues that really put the firm at risk of receiving a qualified report. These aren't the only issues. The ones I've talked about, they're the real headline grabbers, but there are other housekeeping or admin type issues that I've seen practices slipping up on quite a bit, and certainly have done over the last audit season. So delays in sending out bills, absolutely classic example of firms just getting things wrong. Um, Once you raise bills, depending on what your process is, if you raise a bill, make sure there's a process to get it sent out quickly. Because the worst thing that can happen is fee earner's responsible for sending out the bills. The bill is raised, the fee earner doesn't send it. In the meantime, someone in the finance team transfers money from the client account to the office account to pay for that bill. Now, the rules say that you've got to send the bill to your client before you take the money. Just raising it isn't enough. You've got to send it to them. So where these things do fall down at the fee earner level, you could be tripping up on the rules. But also, if you're not sending out a bill quickly and you're waiting for your client to confirm before you transfer the money, you're just adding on this big working capital, this big working capital cycle to your process when you could just be sending the bill out and taking the money a lot more quickly.